Boo. Ah. Well, hello everyone. It's been a long... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm going to start with the FPL, then get on to FantasyTote. It's been a long while since I've streamed, and a long while since I've actually done a full week of videos, and I'm dreadfully sorry. I'm just incredibly busy at the moment. Lead up to Christmas at work is getting a bit mental. And I did say when I came back at the end of last year, if I am to be doing this for a lot longer than I was going to originally, at least when I had my mini breakdown, I need to put YouTube on hold and make sure life is always first, and hence the reason there haven't been too many videos. But I've got a lot of time off coming up, a lot of chance for videos, and my plan is to really kick things into gear January, because from January the work, it should still be busy, but not as busy as it is at the moment at Christmas. And life shouldn't be as busy either, so hopefully more videos there, more videos for you guys, different series I want to try out, as well as more stuff with FantasyTote. We'll get onto them in a bit. I'm yet to place my predictions yet, and I'm on a slightly tight schedule. I'm only going to be on for half an hour because this is literally just going to be, I'm going to talk about the upcoming game week. I've got no sort of graphics or anything to show you, but I'm just going to be sort of having a nice little chat with you. If you want to ask me any questions, go ahead. I don't expect too big of a numbers because I've been really bad at replying to comments, actually, you know, doing live streams, keeping up to date, and keeping up with what I actually say I'm going to do. So I kind of expect a lot of people to drift off. We've slipped below 5,000, below 4,500, not 5,000. I'll be happy if we sit above 5,000 because 500 up compared to where we are. But yeah, waffling over. Hopefully you've all been well. My FPL has been going quite bad recently. For the third consecutive year, I've had my worst game week of the year on the qualification of the Cup, which is really disappointing and really aggravating. But hey ho, what can you do? Especially as I had to place a below like 4 millionth to miss out, and I did. So hey, you got to take it. Is the volume okay? First of all, hopefully. Who knows? But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. This will be posted straight after. I'm just going to be doing a bit of a preview and have a look at my team, which effectively I think is good, but it's not going too well. Now, if I'm going on to my last team, hopefully this works. There you go. 33 points, game week 17, 30 in game week 16. That's a dreadful, dreadful 2 game weeks. And you think, looking at my total, looking at my team, and thinking, normal game weeks, you're looking at Hazard, Morata, Sane, Jesus, attacking returns. You've got Trippier and Azpilicueta, clean sheets. Trippier, home at Stoke, 1-0 against West Ham. You know, these things are just flukes, and the flukes that got me out of the Cup. So I changed things. I thought, you know what, it's time to change things. So I got quite a few transfers in. Got Ruben Loftus-Cheek in, Firmino, Aguero. My entire front line has changed. The other transfer I brought in was Otamendi. Fair enough, he did alright. Aguero, in the end, did oh, I got the hiccups. Did okay, grabbed himself a goal, albeit just the one. I was hoping for more. But that was it for me. For me returns. Salah got a clean sheet. Hazard kept his clean sheet after coming off, despite the goal they conceded. Right at the end against Huddersfield, which stopped me from getting Azpilicueta points. Not that they mattered because my team was dreadful. Yeah, dreadful 2 game weeks. We move on to this upcoming game week, which are some interesting games. There are those games on the screen right now. We'll start off with an early kickoff. Leicester versus Crystal Palace. I see it. I see it being a Leicester win. I think Claude Puel's done an amazing job. I was stunned he wasn't given more time at Southampton, and they are reaping the rewards of that in a very bad way, as I think Pellegrino won't last until February. I think he'll be gone before then. They usually get things right transfer-wise and managerial-wise. Last couple of years it started slipping for Southampton, so I need to be careful of that. But I think Leicester will come out, clean sheet, couple of goals, and they'll look good against Palace. I think they'll look good. Especially as I believe Sakho is out. Diafra Sakho? Mamadou Sakho, that's the one. Then you move on to 3 o'clock. You'd expect a win and a clean sheet for Arsenal. You're expecting a Probably a 1-0 for Burnley, because all they seem to do. Chelsea to win a clean sheet. I'd say that one a score draw, that one a score draw. This game is interesting though, Man City versus Spurs. Now, depending on what side of the fence you fall, you could have Aguero, or you could have Kane, or you could have both. In my eyes, neither score. Which is damning, considering that bloke right there, Sergio Aguero's in my team. I see that being a Tottenham away win. I think Tottenham live up to the big games. You think about what they've done to Real Madrid in the Champions League. I think they really could shock Man City here. Now, it's a long shot. It is a long shot, and statistically speaking, Man City will win by a couple of goals. But Spurs have got a shock in them, and I feel like yes, they are missing some or a couple of players. I do think Spurs will come out on top. Albeit dubiously. I don't think it'll be your fantastic free-flowing goals. A bit like the Man City Man United game, where you're thinking, oh, two teams, various amounts of money spent, great attacking talent. You got three mistakes three mistakes really. Lukaku assisting both Man City goals and Delph missing the ball for Rashford's goal. So not the goals you'd expect. But that game is an interesting one. Then you've got two big teams away against little teams. 2 clean sheets for the away teams, and maybe a 1 or 2 goal win. I think Liverpool could win by more, but let's not forget Nathan Ake's heroics last season. Could see Bournemouth do it again. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. Finally, we've got Everton versus Swansea. An interesting one. I think Everton are a tough side to play against now, but I can see it being a 0-0. I can just see it being 0-0 personally. If anyone's going to win, it'll be Everton. But Swansea do like to set themselves up really defensive, get those 0-0s away from home, and it wouldn't surprise me if they got another one against Everton. Outstanding players though, to go on to that. Check the comments quickly. Winning my head-to-head league, flipping heck, that is not bad. Although having said that, I'm not exactly putting up a stiff competition at the moment. Let's go for a few comments, and then we'll move on to a few star players from the games. We'll go on to FantasyTote, few star players, FantasyTote, switch between there. 1 hour, maybe. But Sheffield Wednesday, the programme starts off at 7. I'm a massive Sheffield Wednesday fan. Potentially our manager's last game in a massive game against top of the league Wolves, so you never know. There could be a miracle there, but I doubt it. But I still want to watch my team. That's why it's only half an hour, so I'll get myself done, chill out for a bit, put the programme on. Get Lukaku in. Show us your cup results and your league. Well, I would show you my cup results if I was in it. Unfortunately, I messed that up. Firmino out. I don't think Watford are a constant clean sheet potential, and I don't think their fullbacks, if they're not grabbing assists or goals every game, I think they lose value dramatically. By De Gea and Jones potentially, but there's more rotation going about now, and there's a huge question mark as to who's fit half the time, as it seems to be, oh, this is a shock change, or this is a shock change every game week. De Gea though, it's a bit too expensive for my liking. I'm fond of the £5.5 million the premium goalkeeper. 5.8 I believe, maybe 5.9 now. It's far too expensive considering he's not going to get any attacking returns at all in the season. And he's not going to do what he did to Arsenal every single game either, so there is that. Show my team in the head-to-head. I will get to that in a bit, maybe at the end. Had Chubo for a while, let me down. Again, it's not someone I properly got behind. I think I did mention him, when he started getting form, but doesn't surprise me really. Stoke are a poor side this year, and I'll be lucky if they don't go down. Is Son for Ramsey good choice? Not sure really. If Son carries on playing, but if they go to 5 at the back again, and they probably will against City, you've got Kane up front, you've got Eriksen, you've got Ali. Where does Son fit in? Now I think they must have learned from their mistakes. Putting Son in left wing back is a dreadful error to make. So I don't think he can fit in. I think if they can play 4 at the back every week, and you've got Son, Ali, and Eriksen in behind Kane, brilliant choices. But yeah, I don't see it being a permanent choice. But if he is playing, and there's an injury to any of those 3, could be a really good choice. They can give 6 points every week. Could do, but there is a chance teams just set up and defend, and De Gea doesn't make many saves. So You're going to get 6 points. So 5.8, 5.9-ish if he moves up again. I can't see it being a valuable decision. Whereas you look at Phil Jones, could get a clean sheet and attacking returns for a lot cheaper. You're looking at most other defenders for other teams as well. Better risks for me. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I can't see him being value for money personally. Arnautovic, Ince/Kachunga or Knockouts to replace Ramsey. I don't know why is Ramsey injured? Because Arsenal are okay. For FPL they're okay. Those options you just said are cheaper than Ramsey, and for weaker teams than Ramsey plays for. So unless Ramsey is definitely out, I would say maybe stick with him unless he's going to go down as well. And then you've got potential to lose money. And I've already lost a bit on players, so I don't plan on losing any more. Final question before we move on to FantasyTote. Do you fancy Man City becoming new Invincibles? No, I think at some point they will fall. The thing is about when you see teams with Invincibles, you see them in that one season they'll solid the whole way through. So you look at Arsenal, the attackers they had. You're looking at Henry, looking at Bergkamp, Pires. You look at fantastic players like that in the midfield. You've got someone like Vieira who had possessed so much energy, strength, and everything. And you look at the back. You've got some really proper hard knock, get the ball out when it needs to be get out defenders. So yeah, it's an interesting. I don't see it. I think they've got too much weakness at the back, and that's why I do think they're gonna lose at some point. If I don't answer your questions, it's because there are quite a few, and because I need to get through quite a bit in a short amount of time. So I do apologise. I will get to them at some point. I will scroll back up through the chat. Any ones I haven't answered, I will answer. Just bear with me. I can't answer everyone's questions like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing live streams. I'd be selling my talents to people around the world and becoming a billionaire. So there you have it. We are going to move on to some FantasyTote quickly, as I want to quickly. Actually, I did say I was going to do some key players. So I'm looking at things and thinking, who are going to be some key players? Thinking, looking at Leicester vs Palace. Mahrez is in phenomenal form. Vardy could get a goal or two, although Vardy's been out of it. I say Mahrez is definitely a stronger person to go to. For Arsenal, they're playing against Newcastle, likely to sit back and take up a lot of pressure. And if you're looking for someone to get that key ball through, Mesut Ozil is your man. And for Brighton versus Burnley defenders, get him in. Loughton seems to be fit again, so that's good for my FPL team because I haven't transferred him out yet, so got away with that one. What's your favourite colour from 1 to 10 in the alphabet? Oh dear. Let's have a quick look. What old this? I haven't got the right. A minute. I'm on the wrong one. That one. So FantasyTote, if you don't know it, I've got a deal with them, and it's a great website actually. I actually won last week. Man City to be the the key team. Or the Star Club, sorry, which is really good, and it's bolstered my winnings up again after a few dull and drab game weeks from me. It's basically a site where you can bet on Fantasy Premier League, and I've got something exciting coming up in the next couple of game weeks that you lot should definitely want to look at. If I'm going to run through this, you can either be last team, so that's my last team I played, didn't get anywhere near the total, so yeah, don't really want to go on about that anymore. You can change formations, so I'm going to change to, I believe this week there's going to be a few clean sheets. I'm going to go 5-4-1. I'm going to risk it a bit here. I'm going to go outside the box. So for one of the defenders, I think it's got to be Valencia. You're looking at Man United playing against West Brom. It's got to be a clean sheet, at least for me. Anyway, I think Liverpool could also get a clean sheet. But I'm not going to put money where my mouth is on that. For Chelsea, I think we've got to pick up some Alonso coverage. I'm also going to really risk it and put Asby in there as well, because I think he could do well. Another good clean sheet coming up, I think, is for Arsenal. So I am, if I could find an Arsenal player, going to put Monreal in. No, actually, I just missed Kolasinac. Could be a really good player, and I think he will get a nice and tidy clean sheet. Burnley-wise, we've got Stick Ward in there, 5th defender. I think all 5 of them could get a clean sheet, or obviously Aspilicueta does, Alonso does as well. For goalkeeper, I think it's a risky one. I'm going to go with Fabianski. I think if he might not get a clean sheet, but he can make a lot of saves. And you know that about Swansea. If they set up really deep, they're going to have shots. He's going to make saves. Even if a couple of them go in, he's going to get those points up as well. So, a bit of a risk, but could work out. For Leicester, I think we've got to look at Riyad Mahrez, who's actually the 5th top scoring midfielder Leicester have. Another one I'm going to look at, albeit he's let me down the last 2 game weeks, is Eden Hazard, who I believe has slipped back down again. There he is. Another quality player that I think definitely should not be underestimated. Liverpool coverage, I think, has got to be there. I think our one striker is going to be Bobby Firmino. I think down here we've got to go for Mohamed Salah. And for one last player, I'll leave it like that as it is right now. For one last player, let me know one in the chat. And the first one that picks up for a midfielder, I'll put him in my team that I haven't already got. So let me know that in the chat. But if we get one as well, that is. We're going to move back on to another key player or two for the FPL players. Looking at it, Chelsea, I think you're looking at the back line, probably going to get, well, I say, fingers crossed, going to get a clean sheet. Might put money where my mouth is. A little bit of accumulator later on. Obviously not in live stream, but I think Chelsea clean sheet. Hazard, maybe Morata if he's fit. That's why he's not in my my FantasyTote team, but I think the back line, Alonso looks good, Hazard looks good. They're your 2 key players there. Even Fabregas, if he's in the team, I think he'll do well in this game. These 2 teams, I cannot say off the top of my head anyone that is definitely going to score points, but if the Terminator is fit and ready for West Ham, he'll definitely want to do one over at his old club's ground, so I think Arnie could be one to look out for. Another one maybe, Crouch. I think West Ham still lack a bit of defending in the set-piece department, so I think Crouch, if he comes on, could be a really, really good bet. Cool website, Myers, exactly. Captain Lukaku or Jesus, Afro Bernie? Lukaku. Because Jesus, you don't know if he's going to play or not, but if he comes off the bench, he gets more returns than he does starting at the moment, which is odd. But Lukaku, I think, could get a goal, so he could be good. The first name was Richarlison. So, if I were... sorry, I've got a couple windows open, so I'm a bit confused here. If we go back onto FantasyTote, Richarlison, De Bruyne, sorry, was the first one. De Bruyne. So I am going to get De Bruyne up there. I can fit him in. We also get a captain to pick for this, so my captain is going to be a risk with Riyad Mahrez. Bet amount, £5, as we usually do, and we'll put that bet in. Pool size of €25, 6 entries, average bet of 4.17. That is our team done. We move on to 5-a-side, in which we will run through this. Again, if you can't make all of this, this will also be on my channel afterwards. So hopefully you can fill in the void, because I've been unable to do any videos. Welcome Tio, sorry, cup of coffee, your player missed out. Is it time to make the bench strong? Your bench should always be strong. I think we've shown with rotation this season, no one is safe from it. Absolutely no one. I never, one of my rules, albeit I haven't finished first, so it hasn't done me very good. My one rule, I'm going to make a series about this either in January or at the start of next season about FPL basics. JNO, if you haven't watched JNO's series, did a fantastic one all about FPL and the various different point structures and different chips you can use and everything. Brilliant series, and JNO, fantastic YouTuber. But I think a lot of people sort of skim over the basics, so you have knowledge, like from when I first started doing it, you have knowledge of the in-depth stuff, no basics. So it's basic stuff that I'm going to run over, maybe in January, and then have a really good series about it at the end of the season, at the start of next season. But there's a lot of basics I think people need to probably, just simple things, simple quick videos that hopefully help you. Jesus didn't play at all last game, could start. That is the thing. That is generally what you go by. What usually happens, but Pep Guardiola, you know, you never know what he's going to chuck out. Transferring Pogba or Rooney first. Rooney's in form. Pogba plays really well when he's in the team. Either really. You know, Rooney's going to be on penalties, mostly on free kicks as well. Set plays. Got fantastic finishing on him, so could be good. It depends on other players you have in those positions. If you've got players that you need to get out desperately in midfield, Pogba should come in first. Likewise, in attack with Rooney. Need a drink. It's not easy talking too fast. So five-a-side, if you don't know, is one of the 4 game modes that FantasyTote offers. Has featured fixtures every week. So this week we've got Arsenal versus Newcastle, Man City versus Spurs, and Bournemouth versus Liverpool. I think I know what I'm going to pick this week. Sorry guys. It's definitely going to be Man City versus Spurs. And what you do is, let's say you pick a fixture. So I'm going to do Man City versus Tottenham. So we're going to do that. You can pick formations, only 3 you can do because it doesn't really matter. I've got to go with the most attacking. But I'm going to go with 1-2-1 here. And you pick, same with all FPL teams, maximum of 3 players from each club. Captain gets double points. You know, the simple stuff from FPL is what makes it really, really good and really fun. I genuinely enjoy it because it puts a different spin on it. It also means that you don't keep the same team every week, so I can effectively have a wild card every week and do alright, although be it I don't usually win this one. But if we're in goal, I think generally, I think it's got to be Lloris. One person's put Bravo. Hold on, 33%, there's 8 entries. That means that there's more than one person that put Bravo. Is Edison out? Oh well, I'm definitely putting Lloris in. For the defender, see, Otamendi can't stop scoring this season. Who other people put, which is one of the key and fantastic things about this? Sanchez, Davies and Aurier. I think Aurier played midweek, so I'm going to go with a bit of a differential and go Trippier. In midfield, David Silva's having a fantastic run of form, so he's got to be in there. Non-midfielders picked Silva, Sterling, Fernandinho, Sissoko. Has someone trolled with this? You know, Bravo at the back, Sissoko, and that's really weird. Well, I suppose. Who have they put up front then? Oh, at least they've not trolled with that. I am going to... Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. I think I'm going to put De Bruyne there, and I'm going to go Jesus up front. It's a very, very Man City top-heavy team, but Man City are a top-heavy team. Yeah, I'm going to pick the captain. I think it's got to be David Silva. I can't justify picking anyone else, so we are going to do that. Bet amount of £5, €5 should say again, and bet away we go. We are going to go back onto FPL for a bit. Got to change it up. Got to keep things rolling. Austin for Rooney, Ramsey for Pogba, which is a better chance. I'll say Pogba in. Austin has the potential this week, albeit I said they're definitely Chelsea are probably going to keep a clean sheet. I think Austin's the sort of player who doesn't live by the rule books. Oh, your team can't score there? I'll just go and finish it. He's a natural born finisher. Did it for QPR in the Premier League, let's not forget. So he'll definitely be doing it again. That's my motto about him anyway. But yeah, Watford Huddersfield. It's an interesting game, that. Huddersfield will be hard to beat. I think Watford are sort of coming in a bit of a bad run of form as of late. A 2-1 loss to Palace. You're looking at a 1-0 loss to Burnley. 1-0 to Spurs was quite a good result. Couldn't get the win. Lost to Manchester United. Obviously 3-0 win against 3-0 win against them. 2-0 win there. A 3-2 loss to Everton. Everton weren't at the best then. A 1-0 loss to Stoke. Haven't done too well, but they deserve it. They had a fantastic start to the season. And I'm always one to say Watford will do bad. And they keep on doing good, keep on surprising me. I do really rate the manager, though. Did an alright job at Hull. It's doing an alright job here as well, so fair play to Watford and fair play to them. I've got nothing against Watford. A lot of people always comment saying, oh, what have you got against Watford? I don't have anything against Watford. I just think with constant managerial changes and player changes, I think usually it doesn't work, but for Watford it is, so fair play. Do have something against Palace though, for going about London teams I don't like. Dirty, dirty Palace. Although Hodgson's gone there, so now now I can't hate him as much. But yeah, long story short, I think it'll be a rather tight-ish game, rather boring, a goal either side, 1-1 maybe. I think Huddersfield will be hard to beat, so no one will really score big from that game. Man City versus Spurs, though, is a very interesting game. It is going to be one of the games of the season, or a drab 0-0. Yeah, sink that in a bit. No, I'm not too sure what to think about that. I think Man City could win. I think Spurs could win. I think it could be a draw. You can't call it out. All I'll say is that Man City coverage is essential. Spurs coverage is not as essential, but quite essential. I have Spurs coverage in the defence in Trippier, and I have Otamendi, Sane, and Aguero. Albeit Sane could be coming out if he doesn't produce any attacking returns this game week. Warning, Leroy. You're on my hit list. All jokes aside, though, yeah, I do still fancy a Spurs win, but it could be rather tight. And lastly, West Brom versus Man United. Before we go back onto FantasyTote for their last two game modes, and probably one of the ones that you can get luckiest on the most, is West Brom versus Man United. I don't fancy Pardew. He hasn't started off well with his honeymoon period. Maybe this could be the game to do it. I hope not, because if Man City win and Man United lose, I'm going to shoot myself, because I do not want this league title to be over. I love watching attractive football. I think Man City have played some fantastic football this season, but I'm a big fan of final day moments. I miss the days of a final day when you'd see Premier League relegation battle. 5 teams could go down. Only one place left. 5 of them could go down, depending on results. It's topsy-turvy all the time. You see Championship playoff charge, and the top 3 charge, or top 2 charge, sorry. Top 4 charge. I love the final day, and that's just going to be ruined again. Same as last season with Chelsea, and the season before that with Leicester, and it's just not nice. Boring. But I think Man United by 2-0. Simple-ish really for them. They won't make hard work of it. They should make it quite easily. Spurs will get beaten 4-1 and Kane will get a goal and a hat-trick for De Bruyne. A bit out there, but I'm guessing you've got Kane and De Bruyne in your team. So I'll take from that at least. We are approaching the halfway mark, or the half an hour mark. I've got the hiccups again. So I'm going to quickly do this. I keep on getting the wrong thing. Go back over to the FantasyTote. But it says for Star Club. So Star Club is where you effectively just bet on what team's going to get the most points. So that's added up. So let's say a team plays 4-4-2. Let's say Burnley. They get 1 goal and a clean sheet. You add up all those players' points for that one game week. So if they play... Let's say a team plays 6 defenders, they work clean sheets. All those clean sheet points are added up, they score a couple of goals, the striker scores a hat-trick, his hat-trick points are added up, all those points are added up, and the highest scoring team collectively wins. Now, I won last week with Man City. Surprised less people. Surprised, not many people put Man City, but what can you do? But I think, personally, looking at it, there's a few decent games this week, sorry. A lot of people going Man United. I think Chelsea. Win 3-0. Austin could get a goal, but I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to say Chelsea are going to win by a couple of goals. Man City, I think, will concede at least. Man United only get 2. There's a chance Young could be playing left back, so there's only 3 defenders and a goalkeeper. With Chelsea, you're playing 5 at the back. They get a clean sheet, I'm well on strike. 3 goals as well, attacking returns, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. I'm in with the points. So Chelsea for me on my bet. And also star player. Hopefully you can see that all right. I haven't really got it set up properly, but again, it was just an impromptu stream to sort of apologise. Is the player of the high scoring points. So you see on the FPL where you see all the high scoring player this week is blah de blah Joe Blogs from Ebbsfleet. Obviously it's not going to be him because he doesn't exist. Ebbsfleet on the Premier League, but you get what I mean. You've got a bet on the star player, and you can see who's had the most wins so far. No one's won it twice, and it ranges from people like Hegazi to Sterling to Salah to Morata to Gross to Kolasinac to Alonso to Hazard. It varies. And for this week, I think the last couple of weeks haven't been good. But I do see a potential high score in there. And it's going to be dubious to say the least. I'm going to risk it again. I think I've done it once before this season. As Piliqueta. To grab a clean sheet, an assist, get himself a nice points tally. It's done now, so what can you do? Done. But we are going to go back onto the Fantasy Premier League for just the last couple of minutes of the stream. I'll answer any more questions you've got, and then I'll head off. I appreciate everyone staying in here for as long as you have. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. I see Liverpool getting a win there. Might concede, but I can see it being a clean sheet for Liverpool. So hopefully Liverpool get a clean sheet. I think it could be 2 goals as well, 3 goals maybe. But Bournemouth have a tendency to surprise Liverpool. Nathan Ake will tell you all about that. So I think maybe a 3-1 would be my prediction for that. Any star players? I think for Man United you're looking at Lukaku. I think it'll get a double. Who knows with Lukaku? With Liverpool, I think you're looking at those attacking players. So your Coutinho's, Firmino's, your Salah's, your Mane's. Those 4. The quads from hell are fantastic. And lastly, Everton versus Swansea. Fabianski's going to be a star player for me. Will probably, hopefully, if it's 0-0, score the most points of goalkeepers and maybe of all. I don't think we've seen a goalkeeper get top points since I don't even think he was. When I think Everton played Man City and Stekelenburg saved 2 penalties, but he still didn't get the top points. I was gutted for him. Can't help but feel, you know what, you deserve it. But I do think Fabianski. If not, then I think someone maybe like Rooney. If they're going to score Everton, if they score 1, they could score more than 1. So Swansea have to go for it then, and I think Rooney could. If Rooney gets the first one, Rooney will get the second one. Mark my words. And that, I think I'm going to end there. Sorry for the shortness of the stream. Sorry for not being active. This will be live on my channel, so if you want to watch it, you can, feel free. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we'll get back onto the grind soon, win you guys back, because I feel like I've let you down. But yeah, peace.